Okay, let's see. How's my sky? Aha! Hi, Jill. How are you? I think you might have watched me paint these way back when. These two. How's my sound? I'm just gonna pull up my reference here. And I'll put this, put these references in I'll put them in Discord as well. Let's see, where's my Discord? There's my Discord. Here. Wait, actually, reference photos. Reference photos, upload. Recent. This one. And then I'm gonna pull that out here. Yep. And then I'm gonna take here, pull that out there. Yeah, they're also super old. This is a kind of embarrassing thing that's happening here. I had, where did I go? Here, this one. Things are good. Tested positive for COVID last week. Did quarantine and Paxlovid. Tested negative and symptoms are improving, so I left the quarantine room yesterday, only to test positive again. Uh-oh. This morning with a sore throat. Stupid rebound infection. Thank you. Yes, so these paintings are from, so they're from 2020. They're from late 2020. So, bit of background. I had in 2019, I had chronic illness that was just catching up with me. Had, you know, I've lifelong. And beginning of the pandemic, I had been sent to a rheumatologist who told me it's just gonna get worse and then we'll know more. And I attributed that to a lot of me falling apart, but there were other things, including that later in 2020 I had a fluoroquinolone antibiotic ×2. which I think seriously messed with my brain. And also, late in the year, I started on venlafaxine, which is a wonderful medication for, it was originally prescribed for anxiety. It's wonderful for my chronic pain in lower doses. In higher doses, it completely turns my brain to mush, and I've had 2 months-long episodes in the past few years of I increased my dose, and then I was not functional for quite a while. So, yeah, this was an art trade, a commission that I had arranged with a good friend, former studio mate of mine. Just quite some time ago. And, had done the first 2 pieces of, and then my health fell apart and I just never completed. And so they've bought a new house now, and I'm gonna finish this years later. Yeah, the last few years have been tough. But, you know, looking forward. So we're gonna just move along. This was going to be a trio. I'm gonna do the last in the trio. The plan that I had originally for it is just not gonna work. So I've put in a little reference that I've decided to work from for the third piece. So these are all, you know, autumn forest floor, local things. And I'm gonna paint some turkey tail fungus for this one, and probably get some mosses in around the edges, and I'm wondering whether I can hide some little critter in this guy too. So this one has this little spider, this one has a little toad, and I'm wondering what kind of little critter I should hide in this last painting. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be appreciated, but I can't express enough how much appreciation I have for the few customers who I've had for years who I've just been sitting on commissions because I just haven't had the brain to carry them through. So this is one of them, and there's another one that I can't share because it's personal. So privacy agreements, can't share the other one. But this one, I am looking forward to finishing, and looking forward to finishing the other one, and then I'll feel a lot better about myself when I'm not, you know, when I don't have work owing, I'm sure. All right, so then I need to figure out what kind of little extras I'm hiding around. Were you, Jill, were you in for last week? So last week I filled this palette. Which I'm gonna be playing with today. I also have a different brown ink than what I started with, because again, it's been years. Yeah. And, mixed up. What have I done with my sharpener? Oh, my back. I just need to start drawing some things in here. Need to figure out really what little species of critter I should hide in here. I still haven't decided that. How big a critter are you considering? Okay, so this is life size. Interesting beetle. Yeah, so let's see. It would need to be native or, you know, endemic to here. Kind of hoping that my customer is gonna come in and give me a request. Ontario. Let's see. Beetles of Ontario. Dogbane leaf beetle. Ooh. Okay, but that's not just going to be found randomly on a piece of beach, is it? No, it's not. Fungus weevil. Ooh. Okay, I guess I could do that. Acorn weevil? Not much in the way of oak in that reference. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start drawing, and I may yet come up with something. Or not. Either way, it'll be fine. Here. If you were more local to me, I'd suggest banana slug. Well, we do have slugs. I don't know about banana slugs. What's a banana slug? Don't think we have those. Yeah, seems to be more of a West Coast thing. Okay, so I go back to my sky and here, and okay, so if I start, I'm gonna have fun with these. Just, let's see, what kind of, so I have, oh yeah, I have lunar black here, and I can start playing with some interesting blues. Interesting blue, come on, interesting blue. Nope. What kind of brown ink are you using these days? I mean, I don't know about these days. These days I'm using whatever's in front of me. And whatever's in front of me right now was Diatramentus Artist brown, because I'm trying to compare the Diatramentus Artist and Document brown. Yes, I think I posted somewhere about, as with a lot of art supplies, as I've gained experience, I feel like I have increasingly picky opinions about, you know, things I really like, and increasingly non-picky opinions about things I actually use. I like the Document brown. I find I think the Artist brown is like more of a warm brown. What do I want? Maybe some of this? quiet stream today. Hi Lana, how are you? Have been binding tiny sketchbooks. That sounds amazing. So I was telling Jill, this is me catching up on, years old work. You can see on this piece just above what I'm working on. So there's 3. This is a third in a series. This was the first one. This was the second one. You can see that it says 2020 because that's when this commission was started. And I have apparently the world's best customers who have been super understanding, because this was an art trade, a former studio mate of mine actually, who does some really cool visible mending stuff. We'd worked out a barter commission, and they had ordered a series of nice little these little 4x6 paintings, a trio of them, of some local forest floor goodies. And then I got extremely ill. And I've been on and off, but my brain mostly has been not functioning as well as it used to. It's been really difficult. I think I've got some handle now on what's been going on, but there were years in there where I was just not functioning. It's just not working well. And I have some very, very understanding clients. This 2 in particular, this one and another one, where I have commissions outstanding from 2020. So I'm working hard on getting those taken care of, because it's, it's wonderful to have clients that are supportive and patient and wonderful, but you don't want to take advantage of that. And it's been a while. It's been long enough. I'm planning on to collect your selection of colors, the Aquarius ones. I'm super excited. I already got 8 pans, 4 more to go. Fantastic, cool, sweet. I look forward to seeing what you paint with them. Also, welcome. So this is a different palette that I'm using, as well as different ink. I'm glad that I have 2 of these to reference, because if it was just one, I feel like having this one so mismatched would be a problem. As it's 3 of them, I'm pretty hopeful that I can just make it work. So this is still slightly wet. It's going to bleed slightly, and then I'll go over it later. I'm experimenting with different orders of applying ink and stuff. I would be very happy to try and paint some mushrooms with them. I actually needed an orange anyway. I'm curious to try and use it more. Aquarius orange. Aquarius orange is a lovely orange. It's definitely my favorite orange paint. It's a relatively uncommon pigment, and it's a really nice version of it. It does work really well for mushrooms. You can mix it up with all kinds of different colors to mute it down, and it does really nice glazes. What paints am I using? I can show you the mixing chart. So I did do this on stream last week, so if you look at my last live stream from this time last week, I filled this giant palette. It is, as Lana said, kind of random. It is, it's a bunch of paints that I had in tubes, but they're mostly like things that are discontinued, or things that aren't super light fast, or things that are very similar to another paint that I use. So a few of them are actually in my regular palettes, but the majority of these paints are just paints that I had around that I like, but that aren't, they never really fit into a palette, so they were just hanging on my wall. So it's a little bit wild. There's a lot of like, this has genuine Quinn Gold and Indian, PY153 Indian Yellow, and like, this is a discontinued Holbein, and this is a discontinued Magello paint. Like, there's all sorts of weird stuff in here. There's also a bunch of like not so light fast things like Opera and the PB17 Antique Turquoise. So yeah, it's a way to use paint that it doesn't make it into my regular palette, so it's nice to have this. Then it's all bright, it's all fun, then it makes these paints easy and fun to use. Yeah, so that's Magello Mission Gold's Bright Opera. So that is so bright because it is made with a whole bunch of fluorescent dye. It will fade, it won't stay that bright forever. Don't worry about distracting me. That's what these live streams are for. Hi, Mom. I'm painting way overdue commissions. Because I am... not very proud of myself right here. I have very understanding clients. That's the more pleasant way to explain what's going on here. Who I owe a great debt of gratitude and paintings. these are worth the wait. At first I thought the upper fern was a reference photo. Oh, no, not quite. Not quite a reference photo. Just, we went out together to get references. So this client has worked as a park ranger naturalist, and so wasn't totally sure about what they wanted exactly as a subject, but we went out and we saw what was around and sort of decided from there what appealed to both of us. It was actually really, really nice. But I was just, this was right before I had a big chronic health collapse. And I mean, this is a friend of mine who was very aware of the situation even before this commission. And we talked about it a bunch. And we've been in touch throughout, but I still just feel quite guilty that I've been, haven't kept up my end of the bargain. Anyway, they've got a new house now, and looking forward to getting this to them. Mm-hmm. Have you found the frog too? Yeah. Yep, there's some hidden critters in the two previous paintings. Different levels of hidden for sure. I am about to put the other one down, but I just spilled some water, so I need to clean that up before I soak another painting. And I haven't decided yet what I'm going to hide in this painting, but I feel like, given that the other two have a hidden critter, then this one also needs a hidden critter. But I had to queue up, prepare my materials and whatever before this live stream, and I didn't quite get enough time to totally figure out what exactly I was planning on doing for the other critter. So yeah, I don't know what little animal I'm gonna hide in there, but I need to hide some little animal in my fungus here. I did post a reference photo for the fungus in my Discord. Link to the Discord is in the video description. A snail could hide in there. That's true. I do need to then look up. So part of my issue is just figuring out what kind of... Just because this is the kind of client who will care about, you know, I don't want to just put like any random snail that you would find in the plains in something that's supposed to be from a forest, and you know, this is some, I think, false turkey tail on beach, I believe. I have a reference photo for this, for the fungus part, so I can be pretty sure of I'm doing a fairly accurate job of painting that. And then we can go here and yeah, this one still needs a tiny bit of attention, I think. Which is good, because it just means that I can then tie them all together by going back into all of them. But okay, there's that, and then there, and there. Go in here. And get a little bit more of that brown to mimic the other ones. So there's a lot more of a blue cast to the other two paintings, but I want to, or sorry, there's a lot more of a blue cast to my reference here, but I want to mimic the other two paintings where there's more of a orangey tone happening, and blend them in. So with a trio like this, it's easier to get them to all match if you start with the same, if you're working with the same palette and you're working with the same inks and you do them all close together. But that hasn't happened. I'm happy with the other two paintings, but they're not, you know, Not gonna get, it's not, they're not, this isn't gonna be exactly the same because it's been a while. So I'll just have to go back and blend them in a little. It also, it does help that this is a set of 3 and not a set of 2. So it, you know, it's okay to have one that's a bit of an odd one out. You just put it in the middle. Yeah, so originally, I had a, what I was originally going to do for these was there was a, on our little scouting walk, we'd found a woodpecker feather. Yellow-bellied sapsucker, I think? No, not yellow-bellied sapsucker, that's what something. Yellow clicker? No, I misplaced the feather, and I had some reference photos from that outing that I also misplaced. And so I'd actually started a different version of this. And part of what was holding me up was I didn't really know how to proceed because I'd lost some of my references, and with my brain not working so great, it was really difficult to figure out how to recover from that. And so finally I just decided to do something different. So this reference actually is not one of my photos. My sister-in-law went for a walk with my niece and sent me this photo because people send me photos of fungi. Because I'm the person who gets everyone's photos of fungi. Yeah, maybe I could hide a little snail of some kind in here. Or a centipede. No, centipedes are great ideas. Yeah, definitely could do some kind of centipede, beetle. Yeah, I might might have to do a little bit more research. I'm probably not going to finish this today. Just knowing myself and how absolutely, you know, super speedy I am at working. I sincerely doubt that this is a one-day project. Yeah, I'm leaving a spot somewhere around here for a something hiding. Haven't decided what the something is yet. Sorry, I'm gonna go grab myself a drink. I will be right back. Yes, I have been pretty concentrated today. Through the power of caffeine. Not really. Like, caffeine is nice and all, but it's actually not a huge factor here, but I'm gonna go swap these waters out. Going now. Thanks for the stream. See you around. Okay, thank you. Yes, come stop by the Discord. Be happy to chat. Interesting. So I have coarse Yinmen blue here. And it is a heavy pigment. So it doesn't really move a lot on its own, but because of the Aquazol, look what happens if I drop it into something else. Actually, it'll be more obvious if I wet this first. See that? That is neat. Like, it's still so pushy, even though it doesn't itself move. Like, the pigment drops down immediately, but the Aquazol pushes everything else away. I'm sure that's a useful thing for something. I'm not 100% sure what I'll use that for, but that is a fascinating behavior. That's a little bold. Okay, that's just making it wilder. Let's make this less wild. There we go, much better. I love it as in response to the Yinmin pushiness. It is weird. It's a very, very strange little thing. Yeah, that's some kind of like only in watercolor sort of thing. I think I love it on that basis. It's just it's a very, like, you wouldn't see this in acrylic, but only in watercolor, where you have such a like a capacity for to highlight pigment behavior, would you see this sort of, yeah. And then sometime this weekend, I think I'll do a private stream. So Paolo had suggested the orange scenes from Blade Runner. And I think those would be super useful as a demo for one of the exercises in my watercolor class that I'm announcing shortly, but I want to have a little bit more of my material fully done before I do, just in case I have another little health slip. It's important for me to have enough backed up that I will keep up my promises and not have this happen again. But I think I might do those orange scenes, but just do, like, use a reference of my own. So yeah, I'll set that up after this stream, and I'll probably do that, I don't know, maybe midday tomorrow? Before Ev's stream, maybe? Possibly on Sunday or Monday. We'll see how I'm feeling after this. And I think I'm actually gonna put some moss over in the corner here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And yes, this looks kind of crazy right now. There's method, I promise. Hi, Lauren. How are you? Oh. At Renfrew, sorry, what's Renfrew? An hour from Ottawa for birthday. Oh, okay, cool. Neato. Happy birthday. Happy belated. Okay, bye. Have fun. Hey.
Hey. You're not live?
I am live.
Oh, you are live. Okay, should I take Ember for WALK?
That would be wonderful, thank you.
Oh, okay. See you in a while.
See you in a while.
You want me to walk in some meetings? We'll keep you up to date.
Okay, I am going to take a very quick stretching break, and I will be right back. Well, I was going to go to the washroom, but then, hi buddy, you promised a thing and so now you're staring at the door? Yeah. Yes. Did Daddy promise you something? He did. Oh. Okay, well, I was going to run to a quick washroom break, but I got beaten to it, so I'm gonna delay that just a tad. Do this, do that. I think my back is telling me I have a limited amount more time, so I will just poke around just a tiny bit more. Yeah, I will. I will. I just also want to work. But yes, I think this is it for today. I'm gonna go do some research about what kind of a snail I can hide in here. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining. That was lots of fun. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye.